Well, now that you know what your next half an hour looks like, let's quickly dive right into things. Now, affordable performance biking in India has received a serious boost in the arm, and that's thanks to a lot of bike makers out there turning the attention to the performance category irrespective of cubic capacity. But in particular, what's really got us excited is of course an Indo-Austrian black and orange devil that likes to be called the Duke. Now, to say that the Indian performance biking scenario has received a serious twist of the wrist would not be saying too much too fast. In fact, the time has never been better for you to shell out that hard-earned cash for some serious performance-bent two-wheeled machines. From a lakh to 2.5 lakhs, irrespective of what your performance spectrum looks like, whether it's the 150cc on-off transroader, the Hero Impulse, or the CBR 250R, or the Royal Enfield Classic 500, or even the Ninja 250R for the purists among you, there's a lot of choice out there. However, if you're looking for something that'll stand apart from the crowd, something a little, well, blatant and fun, as well as right in the center of that performance spectrum we were talking about, then maybe this Indo-Austrian 200cc powerhouse should do the trick. The 200 Duke is quite simply a radical and absolutely in-your-face machine. It's executed rather neatly by the folks at KTM, and while it looks like it came from another planet, it's equally inviting with everything hinting at the quality of motorcycling you'll soon get a taste of. Debate or not, it's by far the best looking motorcycle the Indian market has ever seen, and to top it off, it comes with some rather world-class equipment. From the 43mm upside down front suspension, to the radial mounted twin-pot Biber front brake calipers, to the exquisitely crafted inverted lightweight swing arm unit that holds in place a mono suspension with preload adjustment, to the touch and feel of the switchgear, and the race-inspired digital data logging tacho. All of it blends well with that Street Fighter appeal and comfort on the saddle to offer an all-out complete package that should get all the others competing for the space to sit up and smell the rubber. Assistant Editor Muntasar Mirkar may be our resident F1 expert, but he's no slouch when it comes to giving a motorcycle some stick. And with his eyes and ears tuned in from the start as to when it would arrive on our shows and in our hands, it seemed only fitting that he give the Duke a go. Naturally, the proof of the proverbial pudding lies in this case with the riding. And right off the start, the KTM keeps you busy as you engage first and go through the gears, lightning quick may we add, all the way to top velocity. There's a sense of urgency in how the Duke delivers its goods. The shift-ups are crisp, clean and precise, and the tacho seems to prefer the red line territory of the power band, irrespective of which gear you're in, driving quickly and strongly up the RPM scales. Maximizing power to weight is of course the trick that it employs.
Well, what can we say about this engine? 200cc, liquid cooled. It's putting out 25 PS of power at 10,000 RPM, and torque is peaking at 19 Newton meters, just 2,000 RPM below what the top power peaks at. Now, what all that amounts up to with the combined weight of the bike is 183 PS per ton. Now, there's some serious power to weight ratio, and what that translates into in turn is some amazing handling, amazing performance. It's peppy, it's torquey, it's powerful, it's punchy. It does everything you want it to. It'll satisfy you on your commutes to office, to college. It'll enchant you on your weekend rides out on the highways and in the ghats. And that's what this bike really is all about. It's an KTM after all.
Weighing in at just 136 kgs, the 25 PS that the 199.5cc liquid-cooled fuel-injected 4-valve direct overhead camshaft motor produces points us in the direction of a class-leading 184 PS per ton. In the world of going fast, that's acceleration none of its present-day rivals can match up to. Straight line speed aside, the Duke is also engineered to carry a lot of that pace into the corners. The use of top-notch components matched with the right steering geometry endow this bike with smile-inducing cornering skill sets.
Now the KTM comes with some really wonderful cycle parts. It's got this lovely cast swing arm at the back. It's got the USDs up front, this nice flat and wide handlebar, and all of that is coupled with this lovely mass distribution right down the center out there. The engine's there, the exhaust is there, the frame is centered out there. So what you get is this perfect handling. It's unlike something we've ever seen before. It's out of this world. In fact, I'm out of words to describe the way this bike handles. It makes me want to pop wheelies, it makes me want to go flat out through the ghats, it makes me want to tuck in, well, whatever you can, and go flat out on the straights. It's just something else.
So far, the Duke looks pretty good on the looks, equipment and engine specs front. What remains is that all-important price factor.
So that's the KTM 200 Duke for you. It's everything that they promised it would be. It's much more. It's Austria's best. It's made in India. This one costs about 1,17,000 ex-showroom right now, and that's just an introductory price. The prices will rise after a while, but you do get a lot of aftermarket parts for it, which will make their way to the Indian market soon. It's a great street bike. You can go touring on it once in a while, small weekend highway rides through the twisties, great through the city traffic, cuts it. I think it's a 2 thumbs up from Zigwheels, but even at that price, this isn't the only affordable performance bike that you can get in India. That market's booming. In fact, after a very cold 2011, the 2012 market seems to be hotting up. And we've got a couple of bikes lined up for you, in fact 4 bikes lined up for you, that cut that bill very nicely. They're bikes you can afford, and they give you a lot of bang for your buck in terms of performance, style, the experience overall. And the first out of those is this, the Royal Enfield Desert Storm. It's proven technology. We've got fans of this bike for years and years and years, in fact generations altogether. This one costs about 1.5 lakh rupees. It's for everyday use. It's a very versatile bike, no matter what they may tell you. Second one here is from Honda. This is a Japanese one, the CBR 250R. Now this one, the non-ABS model costs about 1,50,000 as well. The ABS one comes slightly more expensive. Another single, 250cc, great ergonomics, light, capable, fast, great for sport touring, great for sport riding, everyday bike again. This one here is from Hero MotoCorp. Now this is the bike they launched, the first thing they did when they broke away from Honda. And in fact, this is the bike that'll give you the most bang for your buck if you're the kind of guy who loves going out and trail riding, who loves the off-road, who loves the outdoors. It's tall, it's got wonderful long suspension, it's light, but it only has a 150cc engine. And in the end, of course, we have the big daddy of them all, the only twin-cylinder bike that we're featuring here. It's the Kawasaki Ninja 250R. Superb performance, still the fastest of the lot over here. Now many people saved up about 3 lakhs of rupees expecting that they'd get a great performance bike out of that, and this is the bike that caters to them all. It gives you a lot of performance, it gives you style, it gives you presence, it gives you loads of aftermarket parts, in fact, because the bike is available in foreign markets. You get the silencer, you get the crash bobbins like you see on our bike over here. So this is the one you need if you've got those 3 lakhs saved up and you're looking to spend those on a great bike that you'll enjoy every day, go touring on, go out on the highway, impress the girls, in fact, even. And that's the bike, that's the Kawasaki Ninja 250R. So there you have it, lots of affordable bikes, lots of affordable performance bikes coming their way to India. In fact, there's another one coming our way, and it's going to be launched pretty soon. That's the Bajaj Pulsar 200 NS, that's the new one. Look out for that one on Zigwheels.
Well, now that the KTM 200 Duke is out, all eyes are going to turn their attention to the other 200 from the Bajaj Pulsar stable, and that of course is the Pulsar 200 NS, and we'll get all the latest on that as soon as we get our hands on it. But time now for a quick break, however. Lots more coming up on the other side.